All right, my loves, here we go. If you have a little cushion behind your butt, this would be you should double up your mat.
I have.
So let's look right now and see our legs in front of us.
You do.
And we want to put that, you know why we put cushion? I'm only going to set you up just so you can kind of get an idea of why. You want to use this one? Okay, so look, if I sit down and I boost my butt up just slightly, this is not about how we look. It's more about how you feel. Doesn't that make you feel better immediately?
It's easier to get off
Yeah, exactly, just a little. But you want to feel like you're sliding off. And what you want to do is you want to be able to sit up. See how I take myself back here? So from the back of my head down to my tailbone, I'm creating a beautiful straight line. So welcome everybody, namaste, and let's focus. I hope this person in front of me doesn't annoy me the whole time because I have to practice that my surroundings during somatics does not matter because I have to keep my eyes closed and stay within. If you already feel uncomfortable in your back, that means you need a slightly higher bump. What if I said to you right now, I want you to relax your knees. I want you to flex and point. So let's take a moment and work on our posture from inside out. The first thing I want you to do is find the crown chakra. As the crown chakra lengthens up towards the sky, my goal is I'm gonna take myself off this bump only because I have been working so much on my posture that I don't need that little bump anymore. I did need it before because I have a little sway in my back. I have a little scoliosis. So I try to protect that. We're all crooked. So right now I want you guys to take the next couple minutes and let's go inside the body, starting from the tip of the toes, from the bottoms of the heels, and we're just kind of working our way up. So I want you to just relax your neck and shoulders. Do not look at yourself, do not judge yourself. Don't worry about what you look like on the outside. Imagine you're wearing one of those VRs and you're just doing all these weird things, without even realizing it. As we sit, I want your crown chakra to lengthen up all the way to the sky. And I want your shoulders to drop. You just can't do this, can you?
I'm doing it.
Why are you staring at me?
I'm looking at the sky.
Focus on breath. Right now, our ultimate goal is to get the crown chakra straight up towards the sky and allow that beautiful light above us to flow from the crown chakra all the way down the spine, all the way down to my tailbone, to the front of my core, to the bottoms of my legs. So and I think when you're practicing, when you do one at a time, so we're gonna go point, flex, point, flex. That's all you're gonna be doing for the next 1 minute. 1 foot at a time. What am I feeling here, internalizing? I am trying to find my point from my toe all the way to the top of my legs. And my flex is pushing my heel all the way away from my butt. As I do this, it's hard, right? Because I have to sit up straight, but don't judge yourself. If you start slouching, you work on it. You work on it, you can take a break out of it. If it's too much on your back, then you're not doing it right. Remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about feeling good in the position that we're sitting. It's about really learning how to internalize things under the navel. So we're just pointing, flexing, trying to find an open flow from the toe to the thigh, from the heel to the butt. If you can place your hands next to you, elbows are in. I can feel every piece of my finger on the ground, pointing, flexing. And the only other thing I want you to add to this little move is at the very bottom of your navel, the low belly connects to where we pee from. So the internal pee area is what I'm pulling in on every breath out. I want your belly to learn that it sucks in on the breath out. If your belly was a balloon, every time I breathe out, my belly contracts in, and that's when I can really fully expand. With me, somatics makes me drenched. So I've already created sweat that I'm feeling. So I just don't want you to get worried if that happens. Your body will start heating up. You might even start to feel emotional. I want you to keep your hands on the ground, and I want you to really exaggerate pulling those shoulder blades down. And on the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take one arm at a time. If you are getting tired sitting like this, actually let's all do this for a second. I want every one of you to imagine that underneath your rib cage, your belly is going to be sucked in. And the only way I can round forward is pulling my navel in. Just letting my navel draw my chin down. And then I come back up, pulling my shoulder blades up, 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 and lengthening my crown and my shoulder blades back. Point, one at a time, flex. Point, flex, if you can do both. Don't worry, remember, we're gonna suck the navel. It feels like my belly is going inwards, my rib cage hovers. I'm sucking in my navel. Don't look at anybody else. This stretch goes all the way down the spine, almost down to the tailbone where there's a lot of trauma stored. How do I go back up? I lift my shoulders, I suck the navel, and I bring myself right back. We're gonna do this for 30 seconds. There's no judgment here. The only thing I want you to practice is, again, don't forget you're still pointing and flexing. So inhale, point. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale, exhale, sucker punching in. The only thing that lifts my head is my shoulder blades, and then I relax them back down. Keep moving. It feels my rib cage is hovering. Every time I come here, I can do a little bit more. But going back up, I'm almost shrugging my shoulders, lengthening it up. pulling my shoulders back, drawing the chin down. Let's do a couple more. Welcome, everybody. Just be in it. Flow through. What an amazing feeling inside that belly. Every time I exhale, I'm rounding my belly in. This little C curve that we create in our back is adding fluff to our beautiful spines. There's no judgment here. When the hands come back, I want you to take a moment, and we're gonna take one arm at a time. Now, before we do anything, I wanna remind you one thing. Between your neck and shoulders and your ears, there's space. So when I take this arm up, I'm going slowly. I'm feeling my shoulder blade lengthen my arms. My other hand is nice and flat. Armpits are closed. If I want to reach over to my other side, I'm going to bend my elbow slightly, push it into my hip. I don't want to feel any different. My butt is still on the ground. I'm just trying to lengthen, no judgment. Bringing it back to the center and letting my arm gently come down. This is a great time to analyze what gets stuck. Does it get locked? Don't judge it, just see it. As soon as the hand touches the floor, inhale and start to take the other arm up. I'm still sitting tall. I squish my elbow in. I want to make sure that my butt is still down. And I'm not going to take anything. I'm just going to go back exactly the same way. I'm going to inhale. And what I'm doing is I'm gently crunching over to the side, but I am not moving my lower back. My butt is still there. My legs are lengthening. And I'm just letting everything slowly come back. Now, as I let my arm come back, I'm gonna feel the most incredible stretch down my neck and arm. And this time, I'm just gonna let it bring me back. Lengthen that rib cage. As I take my arm back, I'm lengthening it, my shoulder away from the ear, and then just letting myself come up. I want you to keep your eyes shut, and I want you to finish the move that you start all the way until you just can't. And then you bring it back. Come back to the middle. Round back down. And this time when you round back down, I want you to suck your navel and just try to collapse. In this collapsion, you're going to let everything go. No judgment. In this position, we're just gonna melt. You might see me moving around. I hope not. I hope your eyes are shut. But what I want you to do right now is collapse into this stretch. Let go of every single piece of muscle that you might be holding on to, from the eyebrow to the jaws, to the neck, to the shoulder, to the belly. Everything goes. Let's just no trigger, sorry. Let's release that vagus nerve. Just let it go. You'll notice that your body is built as a one piece. So right now, as every time you let go, you'll notice that your body collapses a little tiny bit more. Don't resist the arms, don't resist the elbows, don't resist. The only thing I would like you to try to do here, again, is pointing and flexing your feet slowly. I want you to very gently start to try to turn your head over to one side, and then just let it turn to the other side. As you do this, you're going to notice there's a lot of locked nerves and joints behind the back of your ears, and I don't want you to try to open those up today. I just want you to analyze them, move around it. Move around it. We're gonna do this for 1 more minute. If I turn my head and I feel like I just want to collapse, let's do 1 more. And whenever you're ready, take your time, swallow the navel. You're gonna come up 1 piece at a time. Slide the hands in. You feel like your spine is rounding you, and then you have to lift the shoulders, roll it up. Nice, you've been sitting like this for a very long time. So what I want you to do now is very gently bring your feet in, and you still want to keep your cushion. my rib cage is just right. If you think about how our, oh God, why do I look naked?
It's YouTube, doesn't matter.
Okay. Well, hello guys, welcome. So if you sit up straight, that kind of shocked me right now. Sit up really straight. The reason I wanted to show you this is, see, this is my navel, and I have a very high weight. We all have different bodies. So I'm pretty much all legs. I have a very short torso. So we have all these different shapes, but our spine is pretty much designed the same. So if I sit right here in front of you, here's my navel. Here are my feet, my toes. Now, again, it's not about being perfect, but I'm a scientist when it comes to the body. So I want, at least when you're first beginning the movement, that you understand where it's all coming from. See, my chin is in. My spine, I want my spine to be long. So if I bring my elbows right here by my waist, palms open, I want you guys to push into your feet. You're pushing into your feet. You'll notice that we need to move this from our thigh. Notice how much it gets stuck to your hip, to your back. Do you feel that? Stuck to your hip and back? So if things are stuck to our hip and our back, what does that mean? That means that every time you walk, you're walking on your hips. And then you wonder why your back hurts all the time. It's the psoas. So if I sit like this and I push into my feet and I just bounce my legs and then relax it, suck the navel and round, round. As if someone in front of you was holding your hands, pulling your arms. You are drawing your chin into the chest, and then you're gonna come back up right above the navel. Now, if this might be too much for you, remember, you're doing what you can. I want you to push into your feet and just bring those inner thighs in and out. And then we round. When I round, I'm rounding my spine. I want you to take a nice big circle with your arms. You're just allowing your arms to open, sliding the shoulders down. Ulf, can you please lift your head up, like back? Bring it in front of you. Now again, I'm trying to sit right on my butt. Inhale. Exhale. We're gonna round right here. You're gonna hug yourself, right? But we're not really hugging, we're sucking the navel, bringing the palms together around your spine. Just feel how it opens, palms up. Push into your feet a little bit. I want you to take one arm back at a time, slowly. What we're feeling here is what is stuck around my arm, what is stuck around my neck and shoulders. Whenever you're ready, I want you to give it a second. We're gonna lay back. Whenever you're ready, gently lay back. Again, if you have your pillows with you, just elevate slightly. We're gonna bring your feet to the floor. I want your tailbone on the ground. So you're gonna be very, if you notice, I don't have my feet too close to me. Open up the arms. And what I want you to do is just make one open arm at a time, palms up. This is not an easy move right here. As soon as we get in this position, you're gonna notice there's a lot of stuck muscles. Don't judge it, just be. Remember the inner thigh stuff we just did? Now, right now, you're gonna notice that our lower back is compromised. So if I walk my feet forward and I have a little elevation in my head, this part of my stomach will be flat. So I want you to focus right now on just melting. I'm gonna tuck my pelvis under my body, and then I'm just letting it go gently. This is a pretty difficult emotional move, so I want you to take a nice deep inhale. Nice exhale. So I want you to start thinking about your lower back on the ground. We're gonna leave it alone. Nothing is going to be touched behind the back, above the tailbone. That will stamp into the earth. But with the breath, we're going to internalize it. So every time you're ready to breathe out, I want you to hold your pee, give it to the navel. You'll notice that you slightly pick up your pelvis. Once you do, you'll notice it goes to under your butt, and then your butt is gonna gently push into your feet. You're gonna lift it up, not as high, just very little. Once you're there, you're gonna notice that the only other way that you can do is come back down. But I don't want you to just come back down. I want you to come back down from the feet gently to the butt. As soon as your tailbone touches that ground, you inhale, lifting that chest, trying to exaggerate the back off the ground, pushing down onto the outside of the arms. On my exhale, I melt everything back into the earth, from the navel to the pelvis. Tuck it. I'm not moving my feet whatsoever. I just finish my move, and then I gently come back. As soon as my tailbone touches, I pull my pelvis in. Lifting on the inhale, exhaling and pushing into the earth, lifting from the bottom of our butts, pushing down into our shoulders. Once you're up, I want you to let your head turn left, right, don't judge, back to the middle, and gently from the top of your spine, you come down. You may have to tuck your pelvis because you want to feel every vertebrae touch. Once it touches, it goes down, you inhale. do one more. And whenever you're ready, I want you to extend one leg at a time. Open up your palms. Remember the pointing and the flexing. We're gonna take one arm at a time. In, up, down, out, in, up, all the way down, back to the middle, and just letting it open. I want you to do this in 8 count moves. I don't want you to count them, but when you start somatics, it's hard because everything we do in our life is so fast. And now we have to teach our body to slow down. So I want you to try to exaggerate this from your toe, from the heel to the arm. If you've been doing somatics, you can do it with both arms. I would recommend you doing it with one first. If you've had a very hard time losing weight, it's because you've been going too fast. So the body doesn't even know what you're trying to do. This is gonna release a lot of those locked areas. So if you've been trying to lose your belly for a very long time and it just didn't happen, and you've tried to do cardio, that's the biggest mistake people make. We're gonna do one more, and then the last thing I want you to do is just 1 minute of you. What does your body feel like it wants to do? Mine wants to go here. What does yours want to do? Shh, forget it. I can tell you that Ulf needs this more than any of you. I've never seen someone so just the whole time here, he was like a fly. Yeah, you were. You were like a fly. I had to practice ignoring you like I do the trolls on TikTok. It was perfect. He's like a fly. The whole time he was trying to get attention from you, from me. Yeah, you were. Beautiful work. Last minute, just feel whatever you want to do. Here? What? Oh no.
Oh, motorbike. Oh my
Oh
lord.
no, that's the 4th motorbike I've seen in an accident.
Oh lord. That is bad.
Is the person dead? Where's Sebastian? Good work, guys. I'm going to take a minute of silence and pray for someone that just got in an accident outside of our house. Wolf, can you please shut the door and get out of here? Was he okay, the person? Was there another car involved? I don't like any of you on motorcycles. That's the one thing. My son told me the other day that his friend, this girlfriend, not a girlfriend, just a friend girl, was gonna get a motorcycle. And ever since that, I've only seen terrible things. And it's like, we're not living in a time right now where people are not in their right mind. So they're not being, thoughtful out there. I love you guys so much. Man, I don't want you in here anymore. I'm sorry. Can you just give me 1 minute without you in here? Just one whole minute. Whew. I don't know why I invite him. God. I have to care for him. That's why. My husband is chaos in here. And you know what's interesting? I want to talk to you guys about something. I look like an ADD person, because of my behavior. I'm like the perfect ADD. He tries to make himself look like someone who's got everything, in order, and I'm always on time when I go to places. I'm late all the time, for sure. But there's chaos in him and not in me, even though my behavior can be irrational at times. But imagine if every day of your life, you just never gave yourself moments of peace. You have to give yourself moments of peace where you check out, you go inside, and you breathe. The whole time he was here next to me, maybe about few minute bursts, I could see him going into it. But I want to use him as the example of you're never going to get anywhere. So you're always going to be tight and uncomfortable. And, Ulf, since I've been with him for the last 24 years, he walks like this. His head is all the way like this. And he talks to people and he walks around, and I look at him and I'm like, so you guys, put your head back on your body. Don't be an Ulf, okay? Every time you feel like this, say Ulf. Ulf. Oof. It's like an oof. Oh my God. I feel so at peace now. Love you guys. Man, I literally just did a whole somatics exercise with every troll on TikTok in one room. All the men in suits from church are here today. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hit the like. I'm supposed to tell you guys that. Hit the like and make sure that you let me know under the comments that you did this workout. This stretch. So I'm so used to workouts. And I want to know who's here. 32 of you are here. Good job, you guys. I'm proud of you. That's about how much I would have per class. So that's great.